Okay, I say, and let's get to it. Let's get to the theme, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. The theme of the lottery, as Shirley Jackson said, is again, showing humanity's cruelty against humanity and how cruel people can be. But I think it goes much deeper than that. I agree with Shirley Jackson, but I think that the story that she tells is, again, just goes deeper. And you would say, well, Gwen, you agree with Shirley Jackson, the author of the story? Doesn't she know what she's talking about? Of course she knows what she's talking about. But that's the beauty of literature and the beauty of perspective. I write, and I have had people read my stories and say, well, I really like the way you presented this theme or, this metaphor in this area. And I go, well, you know something? That isn't what I intended, but I see why you think that. So as long as you can support your theory or your thesis with things from within the story or even things outside of the story, then your perspective is as valid as other perspectives. So back to the theme of the lottery. What is it about? Well, when they began to draw, Old Man Warner makes a response to someone, and the other person said, I hear that, other villages are thinking about giving up the lottery, and one already has. And Old Man Warner says, young fools, what are they thinking about? There's an old saying, lottery in June, corn be heavy soon. And if we give up the lottery, we're going to go back to living in caves and eating, chickweed. And that is a crux of this story, in my opinion. Why do they stone someone? It's not for pleasure. It has a purpose, and I believe the purpose is to ensure the fertility of the crops. Lottery in June, corn be heavy soon. And so they are giving a human sacrifice in order to propitiate whatever it is that makes the crops fertile. Now, note that in this story, a god or gods are never mentioned. This isn't about religion, but it is about human sacrifice. And all religions have done sacrifices. Probably all cultures have done human sacrifices, even though many cultures and religions will deny that. But they've all sacrificed. And a lot of times sacrifices were in order to ensure fertility. Robert Graves says that in ancient Europe, they would kill the king every year and then every 7 years in order to ensure fertility. Blood is the stuff of life. And so when you shed blood, especially for the land, then the land is going to suck in that, life-giving force and is going to produce more. And the ancients believed this. And so these people are carrying on that tradition. And yes, it is also about adherence to blind tradition and not questioning tradition. But it is about fruition and fertility. In this story also, again, there's no mention of God, but there is the lottery. And so it is supposed to be totally without bias. They don't know who's going to get that black dot, the family, and then they don't know who within that family is going to get the black dot. But the fact that Tessie gets it, and Tessie has been so outspoken and so loud from the beginning, and again, that is the foreshadowing. Tessie is the chosen one, even though she's chosen by chance in the lottery. So it has a deeper theme, and most people, when they read this story, they don't get it because they don't understand. It just seems so cruel to just arbitrarily have a lottery and stone people. But if you look at history and you see that what has traditionally been done, then you understand it better. Now the question is also, are they justified in doing it? See, we judge it from modern standards. We know that the crops are not dependent, or the fertility of the crops are not dependent upon a sacrifice. But people used to believe that. And if they really believe it, are they wrong in doing it? Are they wrong in sacrificing if they believe that? And of course the question always comes, if they do the sacrifice every year, do they have good crops every year? I don't think so. So then what do they blame it on? Well, the wrong person was sacrificed. Well, it's supposed to be, by chance, or something along those lines. They'll find some reason to blame their processes rather than to say, maybe this doesn't work. Take the Aztecs, for example, back to this modern day judging of ancient cultures. The Aztecs sacrificed people every single day, and they did this for who knows how long. But they did it for a specific reason. They did it in order to keep the universe from imploding or disappearing. The Aztecs believed that without blood to propitiate the gods who rule the skies, the sun would not rise, and therefore the universe would become, again, non-existent. Were the Aztecs wrong? Can we judge them from a modern perspective and say that they were evil for what it was that they did? That's a big question. Does the ends justify the means? That's what Machiavelli said. He said, if the outcome is good, then it doesn't matter how you arrive to that. And this is something that ancient humans and modern humans still grapple with. And our perspective and our opinion on this are going to be as varied as we are, varied individuals. So that's what the lottery is all about, in my opinion, and I can substantiate it from the story and from outside sources. And that's what you're going to be doing in your paper when you analyze a story. You're going to substantiate it from within the story, and not necessarily for the first one, you won't necessarily have to substantiate from outside the story, but it is a good thing. Historical perspective and, things that other people have said about this, or, incidents in history. So I think that's what the lottery is all about. There's a lot more that I could say, but I've already done 3 videos, and I'm going to leave it at that. What do you think?